My name is Andrew. Today I'm going to be looking at one of Sam and Robbie's engine that they gave me to detail. This is the Atlas mp15 DC, decorated in Amtrak Phase 4, number 534, with the quantum sound. So DCC sound in this locomotive. I'm also going to talk a little bit about my thoughts on Atlas locomotives toward the end of the video. So this is an Atlas Master. So it comes in this like case, I guess you could say. This thing. It's not really helpful or anything because the box has literally the same information. But okay. The gold there, and this just slides right out. They have opened this box. Not all the paperwork is inside, but all I know is there was a warranty information, parts diagram, which is still in here, and a actual manual. So that's good. I installed these previously, but they removed it again, so they can't find the extra bag, I guess. So it's right there. Whatever. I'll talk about the extra parts later. There are a bunch in this box. I don't think all of them are in here, but it's not as important. Exploded parts. 3 variations. Very thin, flimsy layer of foam right here. Very flimsy. And then here's the locomotive. I know, what a big box for literally this. Okay, Atlas. Your GP40 boxes are smaller. Makes sense. And then in here are just the extra parts. We'll just stick this over here for now. And unbox the locomotive itself. So here it is. Very simple. Pop it out. Just slide right out. There it is. Okay, so I just want to point out the only detail part that I did install that was like in the parts bag were the sunshades. I'm not sure what happened there. There's some residue or something on there. But other than that, everything I have to install myself, which is upsetting. I'll talk about that in my overall view of Atlas in the future. Anyway, cab interior detail. I'm not sure if you can see that, but it does look like there is a control stand in there. It is detailed. Cab figures. Working lights in the back. I'm not sure if they're LED or not, but I know the number boards also work. I think cab lights can be wired up, but I'm not sure. Basic detail there, separately applied hand grabs right there. These were installed from the factory, as well as these actually, so these sets a bonus. Front radiator grill. I believe that's only on the DC models, not like DC model train-wise, but prototype DC, because there's an mp15 AC and an mp15 DC. You got the bell. The horn is another one of those detail parts. I did add these windshield wipers after. On this side, pretty much the same detail. These are separately applied. Or actually, yeah, they're separately applied. Better view at the bell there. Basic things are not installed, which is very upsetting. I wish they were, especially like the front wire, or the front handrails. So here I am over at the layout, module really. One thing I do want to say quickly before I put it on the track, I tried putting on the front handrails just for a minute or two. They're just so difficult to get on without like tweezers and stuff, so I'll have to do that later and probably glue them in, because these are, I don't want to keep doing it over and over again. But anyway, I'll just put it reverse because I like the way this looks better. Usually doesn't start up right away. You have to have it active, but I previously had it active, so it starts up right away. Goes on the track fairly easily. One thing to note, it does have the Acumate couplers, not the KDs, so I'll probably be replacing those. Basic functions, bell. Horn. Very nice sounding with the echo. 3 is coupler clank. Not sure what the other functions are other than 8, which is mute. I know there are extended startups and shutdowns as well. I believe 6 is the brakes. And the rest I don't really know. I'll start out with reverse. 128 speed steps. Speed step 1. 2, 3, 4, 5. It's fairly slow to get started and stopped. Not a super high top speed. And then forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, an interesting note, the front headlights are also on, even while in reverse. Just thought I'd mention that. There should be brake squeal as well as flange sounds on curves, but I don't have the space to do that. This thing can't pull too much, to be honest. Maybe a few cars. I'd say 5 or 6. You could probably go up to 10 on this thing. And with 2, maybe more than that. More than just a 20. But these things can't pull a whole lot. Runs well. Even on semi-dirty track, yeah. The wheels are pretty clean. It was used, so I guess the person cleaned it before. Just a couple things to mention. These things will cost you between 170 to 200 actually with sound, if you can find them on eBay. Phase 5 ones might cost even more than that. And standard DC ones usually go between 100 and 150. These engines are pretty well known. A lot of people want them for their works service. Athearn also did make some of these. They're actually SW1500s. I'm not sure if they did MP15s. But I would suggest running an Atlas and an Athearn together. Some people may prefer like Loke sound over the QSI stuff. I personally don't have an issue with it, but it's really personal preference when it comes to that. I'm not sure how hard it is to consist and stuff like that. So now for some personal thoughts on Atlas. I'm very mixed with them. I feel like sometimes they don't really try. A good example of this would be the MBTA GP40. So many detail parts missing, completely inaccurate. Paint was incorrect, and just didn't really look it at all. They definitely do well on some of their models, the P32-8s. Their ALP45s, even though you still need to drill holes to get detail parts in, which I find very, very annoying. You know, paying $200 for an engine should have necessary detail parts like grab irons, especially if Bachmann can do it on their ACS 64s. I think that's another issue. I don't like how you have to install these all yourself. Without glue, it's really a pain to do. So if you don't have time, don't get an Atlas model just to detail it. It's really a pain to do. Other than I feel like they're just plain laziness on some of their models. I think they're a good company, have good sound, run pretty well. Definitely not a company to stay away from. If you're a Canadian modeler, their Jeeps are fine. If you like Dash 8s, their locomotives are fine. It's really what you prefer when it comes to modeling era and just location. For me, it's harder because I want modern Amtrak stuff. But yeah, that's pretty much it. If you did enjoy, please consider leaving a like, subscribing, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks for watching.